So, hello everyone. It is time for us once again to be back for PartyWipeGames. I am, of course, Rendis, the person who talks a lot into the microphone for this channel. We have a couple of wonderful people here today. Dupler, thank you for the subscribe. We have a couple new people here today. We have a new show for you today, and we have a fairly new sponsor here today as well. Our sponsor, of course, is HelloFresh. HelloFresh, a wonderful ordering food business that we have been trying out and we have heard good things about, and they have a very great promotion going on right now. No outlets needed. Just one firm hook. Oh, what?
I'm opened up.
You're good. I was like, somebody's adding over my ad. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Double ad tonight.
Yeah, double ads. They could do the work for me. But no. If you use our code that shows up in stream today, there's 75% off on your first order. If you like it, definitely continue it, but we're really not asking you to try more than that first order. And 75% off on these food service ones are a huge discount, and they are really great. If you are on our Twitter at PartyWipeGames, you can see the the picture of our first attempt at cooking some of HelloFresh's food. We had the falafels, chickpeas. We had the chickpeas, something, because I don't cook stuff very often, but we cooked it yesterday, and it was phenomenal. Great stuff, and it's super easy, and we will be eating more of HelloFresh throughout the week and taking pictures of it and showing it off. Outside of that, that is our arbitrary shill of the day. There is also tomorrow, you can come back here at 4 o'clock where we will be playing Things from the Flood, and then Saturday we will.
That's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's like
You're right. Wednesday. We will be back Wednesday. There is nothing going on Tuesdays yet. Cough, cough, Shay. Wednesdays, we will have Things from the Flood at 4 o'clock, and Saturday, we will be back to Rime of the Frost Maiden, as well as... No, I think that's... Oh, Thursday, Waterdeep Epic Heist. That's the other one. I keep track of my schedule because I'm a professional. Hello. That being said, that is my news, so I will pass this over to our new dungeon master, dungeon mistress, dungeon mama, whatever she would like to be called. We can establish it now, or we can just kind of change it up as we go. But we will hand it over to them when they are ready. I'm stalling for them. It's fine. We will pass it over to our dungeon mistress, dungeon mama, storyteller, whatever she wants to be called. And then we will give everybody a chance to introduce themselves as well. For our intros, just tell us who you are, what you're going to be doing for the game. I don't know why I'm gesturing. I'm not in front of the camera today. Who you are, who you'll be playing, or in the case of the dungeon mistress, just who you are and something fun. We also kind of like to do an icebreaker where if you want to, you can pose a question at the start of the episodes to kind of get us into the mindset of our characters. Ask them something like, what's their greatest fear, or what did they eat for breakfast, what horrible secrets of a dead body that they're hiding in their closet, that sort of thing. So please,
the closet, in the dresser.
Yeah, please take it away, and we can get some intros out.
Okay, so I am Tamara Sylvan. I am running the game. I am running a fate game, which means that while I am kind of controlling everything, everyone is part of the story and gets to make some storytelling decisions. You'll see that as we play. As for questions, since the plan is you're all freshmen, what's your major?
All right. I'll just jump back in since I was talking a moment ago, and I'll take back over and do my introduction. Hi, I'm Rin. I already introduced myself personally, but I will be playing the character Alexandrite Avaricia Wraith. They are a white court virgin, and their major is, oh gosh, it's communications and marketing. And popcorn to Brian.
Failed to unmute myself.
Yes.
I am Brian, aka Sharptooth. I will be playing Justin Thought. He is actually simply just there to take the classes and use whatever professional material that they can use, since he is just a person who wants to learn just about anything he can get his hands on. So, and he's a focused practitioner, so he kind of focuses on one thing and does it very, very well, which is going to be earth magic. And that's good for me.
Popcorn it to someone else.
Brian, you're supposed to pick the next person.
I'm sorry, I'm bad at this. Let's go to Douglas.
Popcorn Dougler.
Alrighty. Hey, everybody. I would hope you all know me by now since I've been in at least 3 of the games. If not, I am Dougler93. I do art, I do games, and currently I'm going to be playing Derek Williams, who is a minor talent with the Cassandra Tears ability. Won't get into that right now, I'll explain it later. And Derek's major is law. He's going to be a lawyer. And I will toss the popcorn at Shay.
Well, hello. I have to get used to hearing my voice. You know what? I don't have to get used to hearing my voice. I will fix that. One moment, sorry. Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Shay, or Shay the Fae on Twitch, and probably not Twitter that much longer because it's kind of imploding. Anyway, I am a member of PartyWipeGames. You can find me here on this channel anytime PartyWipeGames streams, for the most part. I am today playing Maeve Fondkili, a changeling. And I don't know anything about this game set, so it'll be fun to watch me stumble around, I'm sure. And I guess I will throw the popcorn at the last person in the room.
You didn't answer the question. What's your
major? What was the question? Oh, major, yes. I want to say thanatology.
What is that?
The study of how death affects people.
Is that a major?
No idea.
Psychology?
It's probably psychology or sociology.
It's one of those branches. You're probably taking classes both.
Yeah. Specializing.
Also,
Or
probably
maybe
looking
anthropology
at
too.
minor folklore. I wouldn't be surprised.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's go. I like that. Let's do that.
All right. So our last player.
Chris, popcorn.
You're muted.
Let me make sure he's alive. Give me a second.
Please.
And the first step of the game.
I was like, please be alive. That would be an awkward start.
Well, as you guys have seen, he sometimes goes robot voice.
Yeah, that does happen.
So he might have shot his computer. Gotcha.
Roll your death save.
Computer, roll death save.
His computer is in death throes again. Give him a second.
No worries.
Oh no!
Let's see.
Fate does figure out if it works or not.
My ears keep disappearing.
I got 4, so
Great.
he should be good.
Got a crate.
Oh
Well,
no! You made him disappear.
I heard him.
He had to drop to come back.
So you got a 1 with that, Brian.
To be fair, he just got this other computer up and working and had to reformat it. So.
Oh, that's good that it's a new computer, though.
Mhm.
Just got to work out the kinks.
A used computer. New to him.
A computer.
Does anyone know what the keyboard shortcut for unmuting is?
Not the shortcut, no. But if you just mouse over it down at the bottom left, you can just click on the microphone.
Yes, I only know the shortcut that we should never use. Which is 4.
There we go. Now he should be unmuted.
I know a lot of shortcuts for like drawing stuff.
For no reason.
For no reason.
I saw activity.
For no
Can you
reason.
hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yay! Okay, perfect. I am Chris. I'll be playing Richard Weber, a completely normal person. Ignore the fact that he looks around like
This robot is
50 years after him.
Looks like we're gonna have to hit rewind on him. Slow him down a moment.
Chris is playing Richard Weber.
A perfectly normal person. Absolutely nothing weird about them. Ignore the fact that they look around the room like everything's been trying to kill them.
A perfectly
And the
normal
fact that
person with nothing weird about him.
And ignore the fact that sometimes he talks to himself out of nowhere. He is going in as a major for modern literature with a minor in folklore.
A minor in what?
Folklore.
Folklore.
Okay.
Yep. And his Kindle is exclusively filled with Stephen King stories for some reason.
Stephen King stories, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
I don't know if I should try doing a Gaelic accent or not.
That is completely up to you.
Yep, that is your choice. But you have to stick to it. No, you don't.
All
Oh
right,
god, you guys would have booted me if I had to stick to the accent.
So there are a couple things. I will be using assorted materials from the university. Our setting is in Seattle, Washington, in the United States. It should be known that we are also using Seattle University as our primary location for our freshmen. I will reference material because it makes my life easier as a DM. But obviously, any likeness or whatever is coincidence. So, I will also be using the Seattle University academic calendar because the year that this is going to be taking place is 2022. This will be slightly in the past as it will be taking place September. And September 17th is the fall welcome for new students. So let's give you guys a little bit of time to move in. Let us know what each of your characters are doing in their first week. and then I will provide you with a handout. So who wants to go first?
I'll bite the bullet.
First,
Oh, Chris, you got it?
okay.
Chris?
Well, the first thing I am doing is making sure that my dorms, like the dorms, are as comfortable and as safe as possible.
Okay.
For example, I have set up a small thread at the front of my door that anytime I leave, so I know someone entered my room at my
Keep
knowledge.
in mind you are sharing a dorm, which usually means you have a roommate.
Oh, my normal precautions will not be able to be kept. That's a good point. Yeah, okay. I make my room as comfortable as possible. Put up my little bookshelf that has the paperback copies of several of the King's stories and the like. I hesitantly reach out to my roommate and like try to get their feel on
Okay.
various events, as well as try and look for any, let's say, those spots I should be aware of to keep away from.
Okay. Quick question. Out of the other players playing a male student, are any of you staying in dorms?
Derek is yes.
Okay. How about Alexandrite?
Alexandrite is female, so they are not living in a male dorm.
Fair. And then Justin.
Yeah, I'm gonna live in the dorms.
Okay. So,
how big are the now? Is it gonna be just 2 people, 2 dorm, or is it gonna be multiple?
let's see. It's usually 2 to a dorm room. It might have offshoots. So, like, I'm not gonna look up their specific dorms because there's not a big reason to. Most dorms are pretty standard. The actual sleeping quarters is usually 2 people per 1 sleeping quarter.
Like share a bathroom.
You might have a bathroom shared among 2 to 4 sleeping quarters. You might have a small kitchenette shared by 2 to 4 sleeping quarters. But generally speaking, the sleeping quarters themselves are 2 people. So, do either of you want to be Richard Weber's roommate?
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay. So, as you heard, Richard set up his side of the room with his bookshelf, set it up so it's comfortable, assorted bedding, things like that. Let's talk about how you want to set up your side, and then you guys will have the chance to interact with each other after we do rounds.
Fair. Yeah, I'm gonna move in. I'm gonna have everything by the bed. I'm gonna set up a kind of a desk, and I'm gonna set out my tools, everything that I use on for a lot of my crafting because I do enjoy doing that. Anything. He's the type of guy that will just do stuff from leatherworking to lining his clothes with chainmail because you know what he wants to. So
Okay.
he's setting up all that stuff out there. And whatever books he kind of finds, he just kind of puts in a pile, unfortunately. Not really. Anyway. A little scatterbrained.
Okay. So let's hit up Derek.
Derek's side of his dorm is probably pretty neat, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay.
He has like one of those half bookshelves on the top of his desk that's lined with his law textbooks, of course, that he has to buy. That for some reason are over $1,000 because why the fuck does it not? Just matters so much. He has some like
Capitalism.
he has like some true crime novels on there as well as like also some like urban fantasies like the James Butcher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's probably trying to get.
I said I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It sounded like you were stumbling over the word. I didn't mean to derail you.
Right. After he gets all set up, he's probably trying to get to know his roommate. So.
Okay. So let's verify. Maeve, are you staying in the dorms?
Are any of the dorms more classy than other ones? Or better quality? I don't know.
Generally speaking, most universities require freshmen to live in the dorms. And it's kind of like the freshman dorm. So you might be able to get that via pulling some sorority or something, but in general, you're probably just aiming for the one that has a window.
I will aim to get the one with the best window.
Okay. You get a nice win over like the quad.
Awesome. Her side is set up not messy, but mildly chaotic, I suppose. I feel like she has a lot of like ebooks, but still enjoys the feel of actual books. It probably does have a set of like physical books that she's got shelved neatly compared to everything else. And I feel like she definitely has a little Cubone plushie.
Okay. And then Alexandrite, would you like to be roommates with Mauve?
I suppose if I have to.
You don't have to.
Oh no, that was me being snarky as the character.
I suppose if I have to
if I have to have one, in which case she does.
Your other alternative is you still have to pay for the dorm, but you also are paying for an apartment somehow. So you're still meeting the requirements of having the dorm.
I have the dorm, I just don't live there.
But at the same time, I will point out your family.
Yeah, they could totally make that happen.
They could make that happen, but also, are you really going to waste that money?
It's true. That's why it's a very reluctant. It's like
you got the money.
I'll suffer through it this year, but next year, oh boy, it's going to be a real bitchin' apartment.
We're just Miranda and Vera from Monster Prom.
Yeah, you're just the little people I step on to get where I need to go.
And the little people I step on to get to where I go.
Mm-hmm. We're made for each other.
This is a budding friendship.
Exactly. We're two terrible people that live together. It's going to be fine.
Let's step on each other.
Alexandrite's side of the room is much more organized. Everything is meticulously put in place. the bed, the sheets, all of that. They were immediately removed and replaced with her own belongings. Even though it's not regulation for the dorms, she paid the RA to look the other way as some rather large movers put her mattress and stuff in there for her instead. She also has a nice desk that was replaced that replaced the dorm desks that they give you. She has a 3-monitor computer setup, a large ring light, webcam, her streaming setup as an influencer and streamer, because that is what she does and how she makes her money. So she has her setup and it looks great and it's all top tier.
Okay. And give me 2 seconds.
Yep.
Yes, dog.
Okay. Sorry, I had to pester my husband. My husband's, like I mentioned before, semi-helping DM on the back end and may occasionally have an NPC. But I had to ask him a question real quick. Okay, so let's do our first shared room, which is Richard and Dustin. You guys have both settled in. Probably you have run out at different times to get your things in and out. Other than a general hi, you probably haven't had the chance to interact. Luckily, with universities, as freshmen, you're also required to get a meal pass. So you've probably had lunch or dinner, depending on what time you moved into your dorm. It is probably after your meal when you have both settled into your room. And now is the biggest chance for you two to interact and talk.
So, before even that, I kind of want to do a once over of my new roommates, various assorted knickknacks, so to speak. The equipment he brought in and put on his desk.
Are you touching his things or just kind of like looking?
I'm looking. I'm kind of using it as a icebreaker as well.
Okay.
I mean, you can touch it if you want. It ain't gonna break.
You seem to have a lot of hobbies.
To do everything I need to do. Enough to let my imagination kind of guide me whatever I want to do, man.
But I roll investigation on it to see if, like, any of this stuff triggers any the thoughts in my head, so to speak.
So let me see our skills real quick. So you're trying to examine the items?
Yes, specifically see if they have any hints of things being not exactly kosher, let's say.
Justin, you have assorted journals. Where are those stored?
Actually, in a case under the bed, actually.
Okay.
Not particularly in view of everything.
Are any of the items
I'm
that you
not.
have for tools non-mundane?
Everything on the desk, non-mundane.
It's all mundane.
All
Or it's
mundane.
all magical. All
Yeah,
mundane.
it's all just things. Anything magical, I usually keep close to myself.
Is anything out, even if it's like a decorative piece?
Not really.
Do you have any of your paperwork out for
Not
enrollment?
very moment. I kind of keep that still tucked away. That's gonna be more of nighttime stuff, and possibly if I get to know the person I'm with.
Okay. So, Chris, you're free to roll.
Yeah.
But he doesn't
I'm
have
gonna
any.
roll.
Hey,
It's not gonna. Yeah, that's. Yeah, but it'd be hilarious if I get it wrong and think he's doing meth, like making meth in our dorm room. So
I mean,
away
let
we
me
go.
know what your negatives are.
Good. One good.
You didn't fail.
I didn't fail.
Sometimes that's all we can ask.
So you aren't looking at a screwdriver and going, that's a magical wand.
Well, it might
All
be.
right.
I don't know.
You know that it's not a magical wand. You got a positive number, sir.
True.
Can
You
I
just seem to have
see about taking the screwdriver he picked up or knickknack he picked up, and as it's in his hand, just kind of give it a nice little shock?
You want to shock it?
Just to mess with him.
Okay.
So I think
Are there any aspects you would like to call? So, for the purpose of educating everyone, Chris, you're examining a screwdriver, which you have now established is mundane. Are you expecting it to shock you?
I absolutely am not expecting you to. Well,
So,
I mean, I'm not.
Brian, you can call the aspect that Chris is unaware that you are about to shock him. So,
can I make it up as an aspect?
no, that's what I'm saying is Chris has rolled and you have been told that he is aware this is a mundane, normal screwdriver. This gives you the insight to be able to say, I would like to claim my opponent, who is Chris, is unaware. I then make the determining call, and I would then say, because I'm suggesting it, yes, he is unaware. So this is our first conflict. Okay. So the scene is you sitting, I'm guessing, on your bed, him examining the screwdriver. You are the two groups in conflict. We're going to say you get the initiative out of the two because Chris is unaware. So, what ability are you using to cast a shock on Chris?
That would be, I believe, channeling and conviction. That would make sense.
Correct. So, you could also do. Where is it?
Now, are you doing anything like intently when you were looking at it, Chris? Because I can also do a lore to see if you were trying to figure out if stuff was magical.
I'm clearly trying to figure out what
He's
your.
really examining it.
Yeah, I'm sounding like somebody who's maybe a little too interested in something he just met's hobbies.
So, first, Brian, roll your conviction.
Mhm.
Or it could also be discipline.
I'm gonna roll conviction now since it is a. I'm just rolling the 4 dice and adding what it is.
So you're going to roll your 4 fate dice. So
Just did.
So you don't do. So it's
Okay.
1 and 2 are negative.
1 and 2 are negative. 3 and 4, so they cancel out each other.
3 and 4 are neutral.
Okay. So it's a -1. Because if that's neutral, that would mean they would be 0. And if 1 and 2 are negative, trying to figure out how fate dice works again.
Basically, you start at 0.
Can't hear you. Hold on.
Because my conviction is good out of +3, so it would be a 1 if they both of those are negative.
Can you hear me?
Can
Yeah.
hear you.
Okay.
Yay, first game figuring out rolls.
Sorry. My earbud died.
That sucks.
Okay. Okay, so 1 and 2 are negative. 3 and 4 are 0, and 5 and 6 are positive.
Okay.
So you got 2 negatives and 2 zeros.
Right. So the conviction was basically 1.
So you have a conviction of 1.
Yes.
Now, Chris,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to do a conviction roll. Or
Conviction.
you could do a athletics to drop the screwdriver before it does damage.
Just give me 1 second. Let me pull up my sheet.
Okay. Or you
also, I want to point out I do have the site.
Yeah, you have to activate the site.
Okay. It's
Not automatic.
I would have had to have already declared it. Okay, fair enough.
Also, for the record,
Yeah,
Dresden Files universe, opening your site on random strangers is a bad idea.
that is true. You're absolutely right. And of course, it decides to upload when I need it to load.
You know, unless you want to be an NPC because you've driven yourself insane. So,
I'm not crazy.
Would you like to magically defend yourself? Would you like to dodge his effect? Or would you like to strengthen through it?
I'd like to have my character sheet up so I can actually see what I have.
Is it?
1 second, refreshing roll 20.
Okay. Let's see. So you have a conviction at fair, and athletics at fair, and endurance at average.
I definitely am going to. I think I will conviction this one.
Okay. Do your roll.
I will when, I can access my sheet because,
Right.
well, I can access roll 20 and I have to refresh it. So it's being stubborn. All right. Let's see. Conviction.
Okay. -1 because you're unaware, which means you tied. So you did not do any damage with your shock, but it does shock him. Kind of like a weird static electricity, but maybe a little bit stronger.
That was kind of the plan. I just wanted to get his hair to stand up on end.
So, Richard, you can respond. You saw him do something. Channeling requires a movement or words or something. So he did something at the screwdriver and it shocked you.
Yeah, basically, I grabbed the screwdriver.
Oh, no. You didn't just touch the screwdriver.
No.
That's not how channeling works.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Nope.
But it would be. I'm trying to think, like, how exactly, like, what I would have done to magically have gone, wave my hand like this when I grabbed the screwdriver.
Either way, depending on what you did, it doesn't really matter because you're both in the know, at least in a low level. So
Right.
one of you cast a spell and the other recognizes that the other one did something.
Okay, what are you? Taking my hand to like get that very slightly feeling out of it. Just, you just did something. Why did you just do something?
Just to see how you'd react. Seemed like you were more intent on figuring things out about me. I wanted to figure out a little bit about you, sir.
Okay, rolling your cards on the table. I am, I guess, haunted is the best word. Have been for a long time. I just wanted to see if you were no or not. I'm going to be starting to put threads at the door, salt at the window sills, just to make sure that nothing comes in without our knowledge. You okay with that?
I'm going to actually roll fate for a lore to just kind of know what he's talking about.
Okay.
Just so I kind of have this kind of goes with the whole
Yeah, go
there
ahead
is
and roll.
no ignorance.
Yep.
So I'm not great with that.
While he's thinking things over, I'm going to spin over to my bookshelf, grab a certain tome from it, and toss it to him.
Okay.
Looks like I got a 1 on lore, so I know nothing. Yeah.
So keep in mind you rolled a 1, but your lore is what?
4.
So you have a +4.
Yeah.
Which means That's a significant success.
Yeah, 5.
He has 3 minuses though.
Yeah,
Plus his 4 brings it to 1.
Yeah. So you're right. Sorry. It's a clear success. So what that means for you is he's saying he wants to put salt at the doorways. According to your journals, that's a pretty solid, very basic protection. It means things like spirits or undead, things like that can't enter your home. And especially because you guys are not in a place that has a threshold yet, because this is a brand new room, etc. It kind of gives you some very base level protections that something like a threshold that of a home would give you.
I'm gonna look at him and go, instead of us putting salt down on the door, I was actually gonna nail a mezuzah to the to our dorm room. Which, if you don't know what that is basically a lot of Jewish families will actually put a mezuzah on the entrance to a doorway, and it is more of a blessing of coming into the house.
For the record, protection stack.
Huh?
So you could easily do both.
Let's go with both. The thing that's haunting me is, well, he did get it all right, but he got close
Because
enough.
technically this would be bless our house, and I'm thinking a mundane might kick the dust and break our defense.
No, he's just saying he wants to also do salt, and you want to do your bless this house ability. So you want to. He's saying, let me do my protection, you do your protection, then we both have our stuff there.
Yeah.
For that.
Okay. So
if you look down in your hand, sorry.
I'll let you guys set that up. I want to give other people a turn. So let's go.
You set that up. I'm gonna go say hi to my fiance.
Okay. So let's do Derek real quick. Derek?
Everything?
So you have a roommate named Daniel. His side of the room is fairly bare. He has a Bible on his desk. He has a trunk that he tucks underneath his bed. It's probably about 4 feet long. And then he has some camping gear he puts under his bed. And in general, he's pretty tall. He's young. He's well built. And he's pale. He does some very brief hellos, but he pretty much immediately leaves and only comes back when it's time to hit the bed. In general, your roommate seems like he's using the dorm for sleep and literally nothing else.
Okay.
He's pleasant enough. He says hi, lets you know his name's Daniel, gives you his phone number in case you need anything. Other than that, he's just like, I gotta go do some volunteer work. Leaves. So pretty much, with the exception of sleeping, you have a room.
I'm gonna say Derek was expecting just to have a room sleeping partner. So he's still like, well, crap. I was thinking first friend to college. Oh.
If you glance at his stuff a little bit, you can kind of see like he's involved in the church. He's part of the on-site Catholic clubs. He's just doing a lot of stuff. You can kind of see like his like desk calendar that has just
Volunteer written all the way across.
5 a.m. 6 a.m. workout. 7 first class. 8 second class. 9 third class. 10 fourth class. 12 lunch.
Does he have the hours written where he's sleeping like sleep this hour and this hour, this hour, this hour?
Yeah.
So Derek's probably gotta explore the campus then.
Okay.
See if you can't find any clubs that you might be of interest of joining.
Okay. I will come back to you shortly.
Okay.
With the handout. Our two ladies who are sharing a room.
Yes.
Similar setup. You had gotten moved in. On Maeve's side, you've seen movers come and take the standard handout furniture, got that removed, had custom furniture brought in. So you got a bougie. Your roommate's a little bouge.
What normal people are usually doing.
Normal people? Are you kidding? There's nothing normal about all of this. And she kind of gestures to herself. Is that what you're hoping to gain from being here? Normalcy?
Not particularly.
Oh, good. That means you won't be boring. I was hoping you would be an entertaining roommate. I see you're keeping the bed, then?
This is my first time using a room that's not my own, so...
Oh, well, you should...
I understand we're sharing the same demons.
Yes, you should understand that the dormitories always go for cheap. It's going to be very thin and very uncomfortable, and I would recommend not taking a blacklight to anything on your side of the room.
What about your side of the room?
This is all new. There wouldn't be anything to see.
Unless it's on the floor or the walls.
Valid point. I guess I'll have to pay the maid to come in then, won't I?
I stand up and just extend a hand. You can call me Maeve.
Alexandrite, Avarashia, Wraith, at your service. Well, you're at mine, but formal introductions as they are.
Right.
A
Sorry?
Sorry, what?
Maeve, lore.
I'm good at that. How do I do this?
Okay.
I don't think it rolled right.
So 44 plus 4.
Oh, I mean, it says great, but...
But they all rolled negatives.
That's just because it's your great stat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the results, though.
Your result is a 0.
It's 0.
You got 4 negatives plus 4.
So with fate, a 0 or higher is still a success. So you recognize the name. You recognize it as the last name of someone in the supernatural community. You can't quite place who.
Oh.
But you know your roommate is also in the know based off that name.
So I think there's like a little bit of a wry grin, and then oh well, you can call me Maeve Fond Keeley.
Maeve. Wonderful. Hold still for just a moment, and she's going to wrap her arm around Maeve, take her phone up, and she's going to press a button for live stream. And she says, "Hey to all of my freaks and sheiks. I am here with my new roommate, Maeve. Say hi, Maeve.
Hello.
We just wanted to do a little shout out now that we're here in college. Maeve is going to be keeping the standard living arrangements of the room, but as you can see, I have my setup here and it's ready." And she turns and shows off her side of the room. "I will update you all later. Stay fabulous, beautiful people." And she's going to just disconnect that real quick and turn and smile at Maeve.
I'm debating on whether to say anything or not. No, I don't think she does. I think she just kind of like gives a knowing smile. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, it is.
Um, no, she doesn't do it yet.
Okay. So I'll let that be your introduction. Nice and short and sweet. And there should be a handout in Roll20. This is a flyer. I just want some verification that you guys see it.
Yep, the Maybon freshman welcome party.
Yep, see it.
Flyer that is in the like cafeteria mess hall area. If you'll scroll down to the bottom of that flyer, and if someone would like to read the last two lines.
Accorded neutral ground, arbiter of the mountain's law.
So all of you have a aspect that ties to your supernatural or magical personhood. You see those lines. If you like, you can roll a lore.
I would love.
I'd also like the roll lore.
As would I.
I don't even know the meaning of the word.
Lore might not be my best skill, but I do have it, so I will roll it. But
We'll start with.
can I use any of my?
This is just to see if you recognize what those words mean. So if you
Fair enough.
do that and then want to research it in a minute, that's fine. I just want to do a quick. This is for those who recognize it first.
I don't have lore, so I will roll.
You can still roll. You just get out a +0. All of your skills, unless they are on your sheet, start at 0. There's no trained or untrained.
Okay. So it's just 4 dice with 0?
Yep.
So if I actually hit the
If you get a 0, you still pass. So let me do Maeve first. So Maeve, you are Fae. Half Fae, but Fae nonetheless. You acutely understand what accorded neutral ground means. That means that they are a signatory of the Unseelie Accords, which is the basically book of law that governs the supernatural. It was written and created and upheld by Queen Mab of the Winter Court herself. Arbiter of the Mountain's Law. This one's a little more local. There is a mountain called Mount Rainier in Seattle. Those in the know are aware that Mount Rainier is also the home to a supernatural entity. He basically claims Seattle as his territory. If you upset the mountain, that's a problem. And you upset the mountain when you break his laws. This place says if you break his laws, or you have a dispute under his laws, you can come into this grove and they'll take care of it and help you work it out. Derek, you also similarly know specifically what this means. Well, you're a little more self-taught. You have been researching and everything because of the Black Court. You know the Black Court are also signatories of the Unseelie Accord. Accorded neutral ground means it's a safe haven for those who are supernatural. If you want to intermingle and make more friends with people who are also in the know, that's a good place to go. Arbiter of the Mountain's Laws, you know that there's a supernatural guy who claims territory, and he has a set of rules that people are expected to follow. Brian, you got a plus, a negative, you got a plus.
So it was a 2. How do I roll in, or actually like roll 20?
So you use your character sheet. On your character sheet, you have, so for lore, right below lore, there's a
Okay.
button that looks like 4 squares with negatives or pluses in it.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
Yes, because I have not been doing that. That's a question I actually had before.
Do that.
So, as the roll went, since I had that plus, I had that 2 minuses and a 0. So I actually got a 2 on that.
So you also succeeded.
Yes.
Even though you are self-taught, you have figured yourself around Seattle through making the occasional friend here and there who is at least a minor talent or something. You know what the Unseelie Accords are. You know that the Unseelie Accords are Supernatural's rules. And you know that the mountain is the supernatural entity who runs specifically the Seattle, Washington area. So you're aware that this is kind of a supernatural hangout based off that sign. The Alexandrite, you got 2 pluses, 1 minus, and a 0. That evens out to 1 plus, plus your lore, which you said is a 0. So it's still a +1. So you know what the accords are. You probably don't necessarily know who made them, who wrote them, or anything like that. You know they're called the Unseelie Accords, which means it's related to fairies somehow, whatever. And you know the Mountain's Law is the way your father explained it is it's basically the mountain is the mafia don in the area. You don't piss off the mafia don.
Yeah, you don't piss off the boss.
But at the same time,
Especially on the day of his daughter's
your
wedding.
own mafia, so you know, if you can get away with it, you get away with it. Just make sure you don't get caught. It's a little more how you're told it. Richard Weber, you got a 1. You are also aware of the accorded neutral ground being tied to the accords, and you are aware that there is a guy in the area who is the big bad big player in the area, and you basically don't want to piss off either.
I don't have a problem with me carrying to and from.
What's that?
We have a problem with me carrying it. I have a high gun skill, and honestly, I feel safe if I go anywhere without it coming out with it.
You're roboting.
I'm just wondering if he'd have an issue with me taking my gun. No intent to use it into his territory or out of his territory.
If you want to use your abilities in its territory?
So we just carry my gun. I don't feel safe without it.
Oh, your gun?
Yes, I have a high gun skill. I have decent resources. I figure I have it.
I think they're wondering if there's like, are they allowed to have a concealed carry or something?
Yeah, so with that, the mountain isn't going to care. Seattle might care, but don't get caught. Because, heads up, Seattle's a very left-leaning city. They would definitely arrest you. You hear me?
That's a pretty good point. Yeah, no, that's a pretty good point. I was one thing I asked Justin then is there anything you can make this for people to see?
You roboted. But
Oh, okay. I asked Justin if he could make the gun less visible. I don't know what his limitations are. But I can actually.
You want me to try to disguise your gun as something else?
You're the person who's actually able to do magic things. All I can do is see what objects were involved in the past to some extent. I don't know your limitations.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure if I touch that, it's just going to explode in my face. I'm not putting your gun in an umbrella. Sorry, buddy.
Okay.
Umbrella gun.
Worth a
Okay.
shot. I get it, because it's a gun.
Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure if I try to touch that, that's going to explode. Electronic bullets, maybe. Also, probably not. But hey, if you do have a concealed carry, right?
Well,
a concealed carry is not difficult to get.
The school also probably has a strict no gun policy.
That's also true. But they also probably, it's not like they make you walk through a X-ray machine.
Yeah.
More just the bringing it up if he gets caught.
Yeah, if you get
look,
you are getting expelled.
I absolutely understand that, but I'd rather have a gun and not get killed, not have a gun and die and still have good academic standing.
I also think it might be a felony to disguise the gun as something else.
I mean, if it's done magically, they still have to prove it.
Yeah, I was like, but can they prove it? Because magic.
True.
You are correct, though. Yes, That's artful.
Yeah.
That's artful concealment, and it is no bueno.
And I will say, Chris,
Yep.
is it a pistol or is it a basic revolver?
I was going to ask you when we got a chance. What is it? What will my resource to allow me?
Guns, unless you're getting like a very specific
I was
price.
thinking, no R8 revolver makes sense.
That looks sporty.
Yeah, revolver just looks better.
So you want a revolver?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless that's like even more illegal.
No. I was just gonna say, for the record, for Justin, revolvers are simpler mechanics than a spring-loaded thing like that. Realistically, you can actually do magic around a revolver without causing.
That's true, but that also falls out of my that is more thaumaturgy to
That is fair.
the specifics of what I have.
You're allowed to refuse.
Huh?
You're still 100% allowed to refuse for whatever reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm refusing.
So,
Okay. Just asking if you could.
Honesty is the best
If you want
policy.
to, that's absolutely.
so like I said, I'll circle back to Derek. Derek, you did see that flyer. Is there anything you would like to do with that?
Honestly, if it's a place where more people are in the know, it sounds like a place to try to make contacts, I guess.
Real quick, is anyone else wanting to go and see what the Grove is?
Since it was brought to our attention, like having this flyer, Alexandrite is going to kind of like turn it over and say, "What do you make of this?"
I think it'd be fun to interact with people, but just don't piss off the mountain.
The oh, okay, the mountain, and she just kind of winks. And I mean, there's half drinks and BOGOs, so I'm definitely down for BOGOs. You buy, I get.
What are you going to buy me a new bed?
Oh, what? No, why would I do that?
Oh, and kind of looks over at the setup, and having previously seen her do a quick stream, just figured you might want a nicer environment.
I have a nicer environment. It's this side.
You're so flattering.
It's this side. She gestures to her side of the room. That's my environment. I can keep the camera angled away from all of that.
All right.
That was good though. I liked it. It was a cute attempt. I like you. So you'll be the one doing the BOGO today. Okay? Sounds great. Come on, let's go, new buddy. And she just wraps her arm around Maeve and walks.
Question. Is a glamour able to be used to make a black light? I don't think so. Because it says changing one thing to look like another.
So think of a glamour as an illusion. It's more like if you wanted the room to look like it's under a black light. You could do.
Okay.
And you can convince someone else that you're showing them the black light. So,
Oh no.
for example, if you wanted to Alexandrite that the room is in fact immaculate, you could do that.
Or just the
I was
illusion
thinking
the
the
illusion
opposite.
of a horrible blacklight across everything in the room.
Including all the new stuff.
Convince Alexandrite that all of her stuff is very contaminated by someone.
Burn it all.
I feel like the Fae side of me is already plotting this.
Don't piss her off.
Never scored woman nor a fairy.
Fairies hold grudges.
I'm not worried about you.
All right. Yeah, we go.
Justin,
Yes,
you guys go?
absolutely. Seems like a fun thing to do. Uh,
Looking
I am gonna bring
second. Looking at my Mauve, Dave. You actually did get hired to specifically know what the primary of the is, and it don't get foreign. Basically, the mountain does not want other people coming into his territory and causing problems.
Good to know.
Well, and like I said, Maeve got a plus, which was higher than everyone, so she does know specifically that is the primary rule. Generally, as long as you follow that, you're. All right, so you guys all go to the grove, which, if you look on, you'll see. I have actually drawn a little square, the grove, by a bus stop, and it is literally walk.
Are we supposed to see a map?
You don't see the map?
If you have it on another page, make sure you just drag the tab that says for the players to it as well.
It's on the.
I just got the campus.
I don't even have that.
Yep.
Mine's still a blank. I'm reloading. Oh no, I don't have anything at all.
Is it just in the handouts you mean?
It's in the handouts. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was on the.
I have it in both. I have it in both.
There we go. Yes. Now we're moved to it. Okay.
So you can see there.
Yes, can see it now. Where did you say we were?
So that's the whole camp. So generally speaking, when it comes to dorms, the Xavier Residence Hall, Kolvenbach Residence, generally speaking, those are probably where the dorms are. There's two other residence hall, Bien and Bellarmine. And also the Jesuit residence. So there's a couple. So generally speaking, there's either one of the residence halls is all women, one is all men, or they have. So you would just be able to walk, or if you didn't, minibus route. In addition, just basically walk down that 12th Avenue. And there's a lot of public transport, or you can.
So okay, so the whole area, the purple area, the Grove, that's where it's being held.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
I am going to walk. Unless somebody forces me into a bus, I'm going to walk.
I call an Uber.
In fact, Justin, since we've
I mean,
you have noticed I don't like going in cars at all.
Okay. So Richard is not a fan of cars.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of cars. I'll take public transportation over cars, but not a fan of either, really.
oh, so you don't want to ride in my van?
He has a fairly vintage 70s Volkswagen van. So at least it's spacious. Might have a shag bed or carpet in the back.
Everything you need for that nice little 70s style hippie van.
You absolutely have one of those little
Certainly, it's a very nice van. I live my life by one simple. Somebody died to it in a Stephen King novel. I try to avoid it. Do you know how many times people have died in a vehicle? A Stephen King novel?
Yeah, but was he ever murdered by a van? I mean, Christine was an entirely different.
I mean, there was a. Yeah, Christine was the only one. Let alone the fact that in Green Goblin, man.
I heard none of that.
Either.
He's very concerned about getting in a car. He thinks he's going to die. Is the general gist of that.
Yeah, several different novels.
Something about the Stephen King novels causing fever.
There's like 7 Stephen King novels about cars. Yeah.
Novel where someone dies in a car. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So 7 Stephen King novels. He's very concerned about Stephen King being a prophet, is what you're gathering. Conversation. Anyway. So the Grove. The Grove is a combo location. It has a bar, standard alcoholic drinks. It also has a kava bar. It has tea, tea house. It's got hookah served at the table. It's got live music 3 days a week, and it's got fresh light snacks. And when we say fresh light snacks, that means you can get like a nice salad, you can get like a flatbread pizza or pita pizza or something. Nice, like light, fresh, boho esque vegetarian options, vegan options type collection. They've got tuna sandwiches. They've got a sort like chicken sandwiches. Not heavy on the red meat, but They have assorted options. The main area of the row is like a nice kind of front cafe area. Plenty of people sitting in booths with some semi-private areas. Lots of indoor. If feng shui is the act of making sure energy can flow through the area, this seems almost coffinistic, but still pleasant. Tons of weaving around in order to get to a location. But you're college kids, so it's not like that's there are some study rooms that you can rent. And there is a plaque at the entrance. The plaque reads, accorded neutral ground of the Unseelie Accord and arbiter of the Mount's Law. There are several sections near the plaque that you can, it's almost like a map. There is areas that require you to be members of the Accord to go to. Seems more like they're presenting it as like a club membership. The garden is a large greenhouse area. On the map where you see that it's purple, and so that green part is basically the size of this, so it's pretty large. It's got an outdoor area in it for all weather events. It's large enough to play some smaller outdoor sports, like, you know, they've got the bean game that are always at bars. Throw the bean bag.
Cornhole.
Cornhole. It's got things like cornhole. It's got like the big Jenga bar game kind of see. The garden is a non-alcohol area, so all other food and beverage area are options are available in the garden. Basically, they don't want you getting slobbery drunk all over the garden. The Glen is the supernatural section of the area, the Grove. It's a little more in depth with some more extra private air options that are available with no reservation, with private meeting available areas that you call in a reservation. The terrace is the supernatural side of the garden. So the primary difference between the terrace and garden is you can get alcoholic drinks at the. It is slightly elevated, so there is a light glimmer over, so that people looking into the terrace don't control. They just the Burrow is actually an underground bar and club that has either a live music or DJ. The Den is the supernatural equivalent of the Burrow. There is actually a second plaque at the entrance of the Den that states it is accorded new. The Den also does have small rooms available. These are subterranean rooms, and they're like what you would expect if you were to get a capsule at like an airport, where it's like a twin bed, a tiny desk, a pull-out chair, and that tiny desk doubles as like your bedside table, and that's literally all the room. It's more or less there to like make sure drunk students don't try and drive home, or um specifically drunk supernaturals don't cause issues. Or orchard, yeah, orchard is actually the top floor of the bar with capsule size room, non super, with a one night max. Basically, if you're there, you're drunk, shouldn't be going back anywhere, getting in a car, whatever, you can get a capsule room.
Um,
Very much a one stop shop for all of your socializing.
when we saw the flyers, did it indicate that uh, that the mountain entity or someone else was going to be in the area?
It just,
Or it's just he owns this place, or they own this place?
if you piss off the mountain decides he's going to come to you, he would pick a place that is an arbiter of his life. So it's more like if the mountain has to hold court, he's going to come and make.
So it's basically it's part of a mountain.
Okay, so this place belongs to them, but they're not necessarily here at this moment.
So it does not belong to the mountain.
Neutral ground.
It's neutral ground, and
So the invitation itself, did it look more like it was kind of like other supernatural college students might have done it, or was it done by the
it was done by the owner.
huh?
There's flyers at the location. Um, there are two people who clearly own the bar here. They basically have like the little tag that says owner or whatever. One's name is Elm, the other's Ash. Ash is a female and male. I'm sorry, reverse that. Elm is the female.
Elm is female, Ash is male.
Yes.
Well, we're here.
Would you like to get some drinks and I can grab us a bite to eat?
Well, yes, the buy one get one offer was for the food, so naturally that's your choice.
Oh, that just means I'm getting an extra helping then.
I mean, sure. We're both getting an extra helping if you're buying for both of us. I'm glad you thought of this idea. And she's going to head to the bar.
Normal people are weird.
Justin, would you like to roll me a alert?
Roll a what?
Alert.
Alert? I don't actually have alert, but I will roll it absolutely. Big money. Can't see. I think I got a 0 on that. Yeah, even out as a 0.
Yeah, the difficulty was higher than 0. Okay.
So yeah, I failed.
Deal. So, Mauve, you're getting food. Alexandra, you're paying out at the bar.
Yep.
Are you going to the normal bar or the
You cut out there the normal bar or the
supernatural?
most likely the normal bar. You can gain more from the normies.
So you are at the Bro, which bar? It like
You are cutting out.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a question.
sorry. Is this better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you are at the Burrow, which has currently live music and is being run by someone who looks close to your guys' age. Um, when you came in to the Grove, Elm, who is the first owner, was at the front of that. And like there was like a plaque that showed like a wedding photo that said Ash owner bar or something like that that told you who owned it. This kind of looks like it could very easily be Elm's kid. Um, Probably a little bit older. They got to be at least 21 to serve. So, uh,
Alexandrite will head to the bar and find a spot to sit down.
girl comes over to you. What can I get you?
I'm just browsing for the moment.
All right. You go back to serving other patrons.
Yep. And when she says browsing, she is looking for somebody that is willing to buy her a drink.
All right. Roll an alertness, and I'll come back to you for that result.
Sounds good.
Maeve, go to order food. Primarily, food is ordered at the actual grove, or you can go to the Glen, which is super.
I'm going to avoid eating food from the potential Feywild right now.
Okay.
And I'll just pick up some food for.
Now, I will let you know, since this is a courted neutral ground, they are bound by the rules of hospitality, which means they cannot give you like Fey stuff to trap you there.
Fair point.
And if you have any, Fey-centric meal preferences, the supernatural section, the place.
You know what? That's a good point. With my previous lore roll, do I know what supernatural stuff Alexandrite would be interested in?
So if you were looking at the menu, at the supernatural section, it has emotionally enhanced meals. which would be in line with the white. Because you are considering it, you can roll another lore to try and get higher to remember exactly which court her name ties to.
Ooh, look at that roll.
All right. You know exactly what that is. Wraith means lust, and avarice means greed. So, ideally, a lust and greed enhanced meal would suit her desires quite
Um, I feel like maybe her greed might be getting. I feel like Maeve has already gotten a taste of, so she'll get her something enhanced with lust, and then get herself something that's probably enhanced with
So for you,
something enjoyment. I don't know.
like things that you would probably enjoy, they have like buttermilk with honey from like we said you were Sealy or unsealy.
Unseelie.
So for you, it'd be like um a winter flower, like pollen. So like you know how like there's honey that is like wildflower honey, which is created by bee pollinated wildflowers. Yours is like a very specific honey option with winter blooming flowers in like buttermilk soaked.
It looks normal,
Brioche.
but it's not.
It's very like it's very much the kind of thing that like a normal person could eat this, but a normal person is not going to savor this taste the way an unseelie fae is.
Gotcha. Love
And
it.
specifically, there's a medieval dish that's basically like a brioche bun soaked in buttermilk and drenched in honey.
Already starting to mouth water.
And that's definitely an option on that list.
Yeah, I definitely get that.
Okay, so you get a very dessert looking meal,
Yeah.
but it smells amazing, and get what kind of base meal do you for Alexandrite? Salad, chicken sandwich, charcuterie board.
Um. I feel like just because of past jokes, this is a charcuterie board.
Okay. So,
and then she'll join. And then she'll rejoin.
and they would ask where you would like it delivered. So you have the option to say bring the food when it's ready to the borough.
The borough where Alexandrite is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll just go join Alexandrite.
Yep. And almost by the time you get there, maybe 2 or 3 minutes later, the food is brought. Back to Alexandrite real quick. You got a fair. You are an attractive influencer in a bar at college.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a -1 difficulty to find a guy who's willing to buy you something.
Guy, girl, anybody who's willing to buy me a drink. Let's go.
Yeah, you have people who recognize you come over and are like, "Oh my god, fangirl, fanboy, give you money." Uh,
The sorcerer.
so your drinks are paid. Um,
Oh, thank
as
you,
are
thank
your
you.
group drinks are paid for, realistic.
Wonderful. You're all fabulous. And there is going to just be the appreciative selfie with everybody who buys a drink, and it gets posted on social media. Because I'm going to just drink in all of this attention.
Fair enough. And like I said, very shortly after Maeve gets there, Maeve, realistically, you're probably just waiting your turn to get to the bar so you can get the drinks that were bought for you because there's a line.
Hmm. Being a normal sucks.
I
Two meals are brought to you and put in front of you.
wouldn't say that. Look at how many drinks I have to finish here.
Very normal drinks.
Alexandrite.
Mm-hmm.
She does purposefully slide the charcuterie board forward to her.
Is mouth-watering.
A charcuterie board. Well, that's pretty fleek. Well done.
When you take your first bite, you realize what's in this.
That's your game, is it?
I figured I've already gotten a bit of a taste of your greed.
If this is your way of getting out of the shitty bed that you still have in the room, you're on the right track. And she's going to drink one of the free drinks because normie drinks that are free are still better than regular drinks. And she just...
All right, let's move on to Derek. Derek, you arrive at the Glen.
I do.
Where would you like to head?
Probably gonna go to the Grove because that's where the supernatural people are.
So the Grove is the bar itself. This entire place is the Grove, but like the entryway is like the main, like I said, cafe house kind of area. It has all of those sections as like, I don't know if you've ever been to like a really large club, or depending on where you live, if you ever went to like Ebor and the castle, you know how the castle has separate sections, or
Never been there.
it's like the entire building is basically the Grove, and then
Okay.
it has different areas that are the different sections of building.
You said there was one section that was more for the supernatural people.
Yes, there's multiple sections that are more catered more to the supernatural. So the garden is for the mundane. The terrace is the supernatural equivalent of the garden. The Glen is the supernatural equivalent of the main room of the Grove. The burrow,
Okay, then
the burrow is the mundane underground barn club, and the den is the supernatural section of that club. The orchard is the top level. That's basically like capsule size hotel for like if you need to crash because you did a dump.
I'm going to need these written down later.
That's fine. I have it on OneNote. I can write it down. So basically, do you want to go to a barn club that's underground? Do you want to go to the tea house hookah area? Or do you want to go outside?
The tea house hookah area.
Okay. And you want to go to the supernatural section?
Yeah.
That's the Glen. So they do
Yes.
have live music there right now.
Okay, what kind of people do I see there?
So pretty standard, a lot of this is college kid area. You see some clearly fae people. You actually see some, pixies and nixies and stuff like that in the area. You see uh, a small group of Bigfoot hanging out in one of the booths. It's like a group of 6 Bigfoot.
Oh,
Um, you see some people who have like assorted jewelry or jackets and things with runes and the like on them. Um, basically signs that they're probably some. It's pretty packed. Most of it is people who look kind of like you. They're probably a minor talent or some supernatural. They're in the know and we're able to recognize and be allowed into the area. Um, and in this area, you see some of them casually walking from one area to another. And like they don't need to veil themselves from people inside this area. It seems like there's an ambient magic that protects them from notice. And like there's two big things that stick out. There's a lot of Sasquatch, and there's a lot of people that just look like you, some sort of minor who are fully
okay. Is it one of the owners that are manning the bar?
Yes, in this area you actually see a gentleman who has some stitches.
Sorry, you said stitches?
Yes.
Okay, because I heard bitches.
I mean, he is married, so he has at least one.
uh, Derek's gonna head over to the bar because he's gonna order a coffee.
The gentleman greets you. His little name tag says Ash. Uh, he'd ask you what you.
Sorry, say again.
He would ask you what you. He asks you what you want.
Oh, can I just get a black coffee, please?
Sure. Flavoring or anything?
Hazelnut.
Sure. Gives you some hazelnut coffee.
Uh, Kind of new to town. I was wondering if you could give me a little layout. Say, saw on the flyer something about a mountain lord.
Oh, the mountain? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a home mariner. He he just doesn't like a lot of attention on the area. You know. Then he has to clean up messes. Kind of a pain in the butt. And we already got plenty of attention Sasquatch sighting. All that, so. doesn't.
Yeah, can't say I've seen this many around where I'm from, honestly.
I mean, it's Washington, the Bigfoot capital of the state, so you know. They all have their agreement with him, so it's safe for him here. They get to raise their families and whatnot, so.
That's good. Best not to be bothered.
So you're new to the area? You one of the college kids?
Yeah, I just moved in today, really.
Well, are you from Washington?
I'm from Duke forgets where. Cincinnati.
All right. Well, for the most part, uh, Washington actually has this underground area. Um, During one of the Seattle fires, uh, basically the city was rebuilt on top of this. Uh, most supernatural things are down there. So if there's any specific shops or anything you end up looking for, you can wander down there. You can always come here if you need help finding something. But you know, for the most part, just try to have fun as a college kid. You only get to stay that young once, right?
True. Uh, any place I should be more wary of?
I mean, if you go down there and start wandering into someone else's territory, at least try to know what to look for. That's going to depend on the territory you're in.
I'm just gonna nod that. Like, makes sense. Want to know where you're going and who you're trying not to bother.
For the most part, most of the streets line up with the streets above. So stick to the main streets, you'll stick to the main area.
Alrighty, sounds good. Thanks.
No worries, kid.
Yeah. Derek, by the way.
Elm.
Uh,
Go ahead.
Derek would probably just drink his coffee for a bit and just kind of people watch, like, see the flow of the bar.
And just
Justin, I go here.
what?
I didn't hear you.
Yes, Richard and Justin. You guys arrive at the grove.
Boy. I think I'm gonna head kind of to the bar area. See
Are you
what's
going
up.
for the supernatural bar or the mundane?
Oh, the mundane. I'll start out there, and maybe I'll walk to the supernatural a little later.
All right, so that's the burrow. You see two lovely ladies, getting quite a bit of attention at the bar.
Hmm. That always looks like fun. I think I'm just gonna sit at the bar and order a barley wine.
You are brought that after being asked for your ID.
I show ID.
Are you 21?
25.
All right. You are provided with food. And Richard. All right, well, while we wait for Chris's computer to let him be alive. Ladies, you see another college kid who does not seem actively concerned about you come up to the bar. It stands out, given that you've now got a crowd.
Just narrow eyes at that one in particular. Well, that's unusual.
I want. How does because I'm still learning. How does soul gaze work? I keep looking for it, but I can't find it.
So soul gaze. You, as a supernatural entity, can look into someone else's eyes. You can see their true self. In doing so, it also literally etches that into your mind. You will never forget it. It is something that is incredibly valuable, but also something you probably don't do often.
Okay. And that's the same thing as same situation with the sight then.
Correct. The difference is the sight is not pinpointing a specific person. So you can also use the sight to view like an area and an aura, things like that.
Gotcha. I think Maeve kind of arcs a brow a little bit at that. They look like a normal person, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're just
a little
standing
bit of
out.
Crazy hair, but that just runs them.
Oh, there's something strange going on there. It's not like people.
I think she leans over and says, I don't think they're normie either.
Oh, well, I mean, all things considered, we know that there are more of us here, so we're bound to run into others. It's not like it's stopped people from buying me drinks before. And she's gonna, like, try the next drink, take a sip, and she's like, ooh, that's awful. Who bought this one? And she just kind of looks to the crowd.
No one would claim. Give me 1 sec. Chris is having his own.
I'm gonna look at the crowd, but I'm just gonna kind of sit and drink a little bit.
Give me a second. Oh, Chris had to cut out. Okay,
Gotcha.
He'll come back. Okay, so now what were you saying? You're looking at the crowd?
Yeah, I was just gonna look at the crowd. I don't particularly care for crowds. That's why I'm gonna sit and drink.
Okay.
Well, I didn't come here just to. I didn't come here just to eat and drink. I'm going to dance.
Well, maybe if you're a good dancer, you'll end up on the stream.
There's another little grin, but she's going to. I am actually going to go to the floor and dance in and purposely try to attract as many people as I can, just for kicks.
Right.
You talk now.
There you go.
1, 2, 3,
You're
testing.
live.
Okay,
Hi.
perfect. Okay, so Richard, he glances at the two women, or getting all the free drinks.
Okay, so you went to the bar.
Talks
and
a bit. I went to the bar.
Okay.
I'm glancing at all the free drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And they look like they're in the know. They look like they're the kind of people that
They do
might
have
actually know
quite
something
the
that's going.
crowd. They do have quite the crowd, which is a little abnormal.
Yep. Probably keep me from being tempted to discuss with them. So I need to try and establish a contact, if possible.
You're trying to be social with them?
Anyone else interested to listen? I want to try and like get my pulse, get the pulse of the
Club.
city, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
So similar to Derek, especially in this area, it's almost exclusively young people hanging out, primarily students.
The two lovely ladies underneath. Particularly like interesting students.
Are there any interesting students?
Yes, any that are not, being swarmed by like 30 plus people.
In the club area, there are not any right now.
Then I suppose I will move on to another area. I just kind of want to like get a feel of this, try to investigate it, if that's okay.
So you're just exploring the rest of
Not-
the area?
Yeah, just I want to learn kind of what's going on here before. So I guess.
So while Maeve is dancing, Alexandrate's getting plenty of free drinks, and Justin is observing. Derek. Derek?
Oh, yes. I forgot I pushed tuck on.
No worries. Go ahead and give yourself a fate point.
Did we get a refresh at the start, or we start from zero?
So you start with 3 refresh, so you would now have 4 fate points. What would you like to do if you are having a vision right now?
Oh dear, that's a good question.
And how do your visions manifest?
I think Jared kind of gets like a tunnel vision, and when his visions start to manifest, he kind of like sees them along the outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he might get a head rush, so it seems harder to keep his balance as well.
Okay. So
And if
would you like to try to catch yourself?
I would, yes.
Go ahead and roll athletics. Difficulty of 1.
Yay, 1.
You catch yourself. You manage to not head desk something. You see Alexandrite and Mauve, pick odd or even. One of you's odd, one of you's even.
I'll do odd.
All right. Derek, you see a woman in your vision. Being attacked with an iron pipe on the head. And being loaded into a van.
Do I have an idea of when this is going to happen?
You have an idea of where?
An idea of where?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's going to happen outside of the grove, between here and the dorm.
Yeah, once the vision's done, Derek's gonna sit on the stool, just kind of grab it with one hand and the bar with the other. Oh, fuck. Um. Hey, do you know most of the people here?
I would normally say yes, but a lot of you guys are right now.
Of course, just my luck. Do you see a woman that try to give the best description I can?
He would pull out a small walkie-talkie, and he would, Mauve, you're on the dance floor, so probably a little too far away. However, Alexandrite, Richard, and Just can all roll an alertness.
I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but I did roll a 4 on the performance, if that means anything.
You definitely have the attention of people who are watching you. Well, there's also a, live performing band. Plenty of people are wanting to dance with you.
Sorry. Yeah, I feel like Maeve is just purposely trying to dominate the floor.
Okay. All right. So both Rin and Brian did not.
Now, the question was, I did say I was kind of observing the crowd. Does that help me at all?
Oh, sorry. Rin stepped away briefly. He's back now.
Richard, where are you in the bar? Are you in the bar or the other area? Heads up, you're.
I don't have time to actually leave the bar yet, so I'm still in the bar. Yeah.
So, are you by the bar or are you in the crowd?
By the bar, because I was just kind of trying to investigate the place, kind of feel like the pulse community. So watching from around the bar makes sense.
hear through a walkie-talkie noise. Like you hear someone is talking and the bartender down there is listening. You can't quite make out what it says yet, but you do.
Can I investigate? That be appropriate here?
Yeah, you can try. Not. No, that's eavesdropping. Yeah, you can roll and investigate.
I'm good at that. We'll see if I'm actually good at that. In this particular instance. Shit. I don't think that will give me any additional information.
You can kind of hear that they're talking and confirming something, but you can't make. Bartender does hop the bar, come over to Mom. Cuts through the crowd that's eagerly trying to dance with. Hey.
Are you here to dance?
Nah, my dad wants to see you.
May I ask who your dad is?
The one who owns this place. Elm.
All right.
He's at the Glen.
So she'll kind of like wave off the rest of the dancers and just kind of follow after hearing the boss of the place wants to see her.
So with that, the crowd kind of like is disappointed, but obviously lets you go. The bartender hops back over to continue making drink, also giving you the freedom to go as you or tell his friends.
The only one she knows here by name is Alexandrite, so she probably like slips by, scoops up a drink, takes a sip, and says, "Apparently, the boss wants to see me."
In trouble already?
I'm just that popular.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
Finishes the drink and then goes to see.
All right. In the Glen, you also see a gentleman at the front. He's got some stitches, but when he sees you, matching more or less the description, he waves you over. And looks at Derek. This her?
Goddamn push to talk. Yeah, that's her.
Are you looking for my mower?
No.
What's this about then?
Sorry. So my have this ability that lets me see glimpses into the future, and I saw you getting attacked with a steel pipe and shoved into a car's trunk. I know it's not gonna seem really feasible or anything, but I did see it.
You're warning me I'm about to get attacked.
Yeah, on your, I'm guessing, way home from here. I don't really know where. I just know it was just kind of outside here, like, towards the college, I think.
Don't suppose you know who?
I just saw you hit the head with a pipe, then the back as you get shoved in the trunk. Sorry.
Well, if anyone's going to attack me, I suppose a pipe would be the worst thing to attack me with. Okay. Where?
I know exactly where, or just the general where.
You the main street, that 12th Avenue that you probably came down. You recognize some of it vaguely, but you're also new to the area, so
12th Avenue. I'm not sure where on it. I'm honestly too new to tell, really.
All right. How exactly do you know I'm going to get attacked?
I saw it in the vision. Like 3 minutes ago.
Can you tell me more about my future?
It's not something I can really read that far ahead and by choice. I can do a couple seconds, but not.
Ooh, all right. How many fingers am I holding up in a couple seconds? I hold up 3 fingers in a couple seconds.
I thought it'd be. Oh.
Well, one might just mean you got lucky.
Derek's going to take a coin out of his pocket and just start flipping it using his powers to call it.
Let me see the coin.
He'll hand you the coin.
Wait, is the coin made of iron?
It's a cordal, so I doubt it.
Okay, so are you trying to use your ability on purpose?
The heartbeat one, yes. I'll follow your heart.
Okay, the follow your heart one. That's fine. Okay, so that is going to be
I think conviction? Because that tends to be power, I believe.
yes. It could also be argued that it's lore for mystic perception.
I would take lore, yes. What am I trying to get with it?
And you're trying to tell how many fingers she is, or tell what you're going to flip?
What I'm going to flip.
We'll say +1. It's a simple probability guess.
Okay. I got 7.
You can guess the next 20 flips.
Oh.
I just keep watching this and I'm like, let me see the coin.
Holds the coin over.
Is it a heads and tails? There's not like heads on both sides.
Correct.
Regular old coin.
He's guessing heads and tails. He's just guessing correct.
Hands the coin back. Boss. No, actually, I feel like she flips the coin back, and I would like to use a minor glamour to make it appear much shinier. Or is it? I guess if it's a newer coin, she's gonna make it look really dull, and if it's an older coin, she's gonna make it look brand spanking new.
All right. So that would be, I believe, a conviction or.
Sorry.
I believe that would be a conviction.
Okay.
And for Derek, you are rolling against her conviction with your lore.
He beats me by 2.
Oh, you're not entirely sure she handed you back the same coin. It definitely looks different. You're not sure why. You cannot tell that she is glam.
Just gonna hold it up like, did you trade me quarters?
No, it's yours.
So you made it look like new.
Gives just a slight nod.
Cool. There's no Hodl's hand. Derek Williams.
Oh, I was about to ask you for your name. Pleasure to meet you, Derek. You may call me Maeve and Keeley.
Nice to meet you, Maeve. Sorry, I saw something horrible happen to you.
I am going to turn to the owner as well and give Kurt a nod. Thank you.
No worries, kid.
And thank you. I was going to walk home on my own.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'll bring friends.
Yeah, bringing friends sounds like a good idea. Honestly, didn't think you'd believe me.
Honestly, it feels a lot stranger being, and she does air quotes, normal.
So you're used to Derek's gonna motion to the rest?
Much more used to it.
I'm still getting my feet a little wet here.
That makes 2 of us. What does Derek look like?
He's probably just over 6 foot. He's has kind of a dirty blonde hair, cut short, a couple of days worth of stubble.
So
He's not fit. He's not fat. He's kind of in the middle.
So he's definitely over a foot taller than Maeve. Well, me and I think possibly another friend, maybe not. I'm not sure yet. I haven't quite figured that out. We're having drinks down by the bar.
Love joining you. Don't mind then.
She will take. She will reach up and. I feel like she's probably wearing like little raven skull earrings. I feel like she'll take one out and hand it to him. If you need a favor, then send that in to me.
He's gonna look at like, sure. So, Faye?
I'm making the assumption that you just saved my life, so. Or at least gave me a fighting chance.
Well, hopefully I've helped you avoid harm. He'll put it in his pocket.
Maeve, go ahead and give yourself a fate point for invoking your aspect as a pixie princess.
Yay! How do I do that?
Minor. Remember. So down at the bottom, you have an one. Your character, you have the option to add fate.
Oh. Base
So you started out with one, so you would have.
Yay! Awesome.
So, you know, given that you've been told there's a vision of your death or beating or whatever, you know, maybe hold on to.
Yeah, I feel that's I feel this is a fair trade. I will walk with I'll walk with them back to the bar.
So now that I've got some little bit of liquid courage to me, I'm gonna buy a hot toddy for the lady at the bar.
Thanks kindly. Sure, her name tag says Laurel. She is quite happy to take the booze you have given. Unless you're talking about Alexander, right?
That was actually what I was going for. Sorry, my sheet kind of went weird, and my voice kind of went out a little bit.
Fine. So you're buying it for Alexandrite, or you're buying it for the bartender?
Alexandrite.
Okay. In which case, Alexandrite, you're handed another hot toddy.
Alexandrite looks at the hot toddy and raises an eyebrow, and she says, "Winner, winner. You actually know how to pick a good drink. Come, sit." And she'll pat the bar stool next to her.
Oh.
You are being invited into the crowd.
I'm gonna be like,
Come.
My thing.
Come. And she gestures with a finger. I have charcuterie. And she dangles a tiny pickle in his direction.
I agree. I'm in it for the pickle.
All right. So, Richard, you see Maeve returning with a gentleman. And you see your roommate has been lured into the crowd with a pickle.
Yep, and the person who's returning is the person who was with the other one before, correct?
The person you're with, what?
my roommate has gone over to where the person who was with the woman who came back.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to I'm assuming is the roommate based on the interaction. The one that just came back.
Yep. You are.
And I'm actually going to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming that the roommates. Everything okay? You pretty fast when the bartender came over to you. It's a pretty scraggly looking guy with like a hat and wearing a hoodie. Blue eyes, long hair, like 1 or 2 days stubble on his face. Hoodie looks like it's like hoodie that's been worn pretty much every day of his life. The past like 6 months. Watch every day, but like definitely hasn't worn in look.
So he's just described his character as you in Roll20. His avatar is what his character.
Yep.
He's a modern day newsie. And in case you couldn't hear, he's asked to make sure that you're okay. Not sure if that was aimed at Mauve or your roommate. Okay. So you have a gentleman who comes over, who came in with Justin around the same time at the very least. He is now making sure you're all right. Justin has been lured over by Alexandrite.
I lean over to Derek and I murmur, "Is this the guy?"
I didn't get good looks, but I don't think so.
Yes, I'm fine. May I have your name?
It's only Rich.
He said, "Just call me Rich."
Clever. You may call me Maeve.
Can my robot please repeat?
Oh, I was.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Neither did I.
Oh, my apologies. I guess I was just a little worried seeing how like fast I ran over to you.
Oh, no, the owner was just letting me know that a friend was here, and
Oh, okay.
She gestures over to Derek. You do really nice coin tricks. You should try it sometime.
Derek.
Hey, Derek. You know what? You know what? I kind of interrupted you. I
No,
owe the two of you at least a drink.
No, you're part of this now. Why don't you join Derek and I?
More the merrier.
Absolutely. That's all right. I don't touch alcohol.
Sorry, what do you say?
I don't touch alcohol myself. I hope that's not an issue.
We'll order you Shirley Temple. And she purposely does grab his arm, not allowing him to leave either.
What's happening now?
And I bring them to the rest of the group.
All right. So the 5 of you can join at the bar.
Well, that doesn't look like the owner of the club.
No. The owner of the club was letting me know a friend was here.
Oh, quaint, and you came back with 2.
The other was a bit concerned.
Oh, the other's actually my roommate.
Like I said, very popular.
If concern for your well-being counts for popularity, I suppose.
Popularity can bring in some unwanted attention too.
Oh, well, I mean, if that's the case, 2 winks and a Tangelo, and, we can go powder our noses.
I think I'm all right now, but I do not think I should leave alone.
I thought that was what the charcuterie board was for.
Are you saying you'll walk with me then?
We live together. Why wouldn't we just Uber back?
I wasn't sure that we were going to be staying the same amount of time.
You need an Uber. I drove myself.
Well, that's nice. If you're volunteering to drive me, I'll gladly accept.
Are you guys at the college?
No, we just show up to college bars for fun.
You wouldn't be surprised how many people do that.
It sounds really sad.
Many people are.
What was that, Chris?
The truth of the matter is, many people are sad.
Oh, that's also really sad. Are you sad?
You should see his bookshelf.
Oh dear.
I'm not sad. I'm careful. There's a big difference.
So, you two then are roommates?
Yeah, I actually just met this guy today.
Well, I've just met all of you today.
It is like the first day of everybody being here.
Makes sense, I guess.
Yep.
As the bartender provides you with another round of comments, it's almost like you're in college where you're supposed to meet new people.
Mm-hmm.
And drink interesting drinks. Do you know the history of a hot toddy?
I'm sure you're going to tell us.
As I do kind of just randomly go into like the history of a hot toddy.
All right, then.
Fascinating.
He does that. Just don't touch his stuff without permission.
Hold on.
Phrasing.
I'm gonna roll a scholarship check for this like tangent on hot toddy.
All right. We'll see
How accurate it is.
a 10-minute rant or a 2-hour rant.
Oh no.
I think that was right.
That's an 8, my dude. It's a very good rant.
Just of how fascinating it is.
not just is it a good rant, go ahead and roll me a performance.
He draws an entire crowd.
This is gonna go real well.
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly, it did.
Not bad at all, honestly.
Yeah? No, but wow.
For the record, telling a story is not a very high difficulty. So
Yes, but when you're telling a story on like what goes into it and why it like was for originally for women because they didn't like the taste of alcohol, that's a challenge.
Alexandrite's going to take her phone back out, and she is going to just side up next to Justin. She's going to turn on the live stream, and she says, "It's your girl here with my new friend Justin, letting us in on the history of the hot toddy. We are also flanked by Roger and Daryl, and my new roommate, Maeve. Say hi, everyone."
Waves.
So you are
Derek will wave too.
videotaping a somewhat doppelganger of Gene Wilder,
Yep.
who is providing a fascinating, not perfect, not quite Gene Wilder-esque, entertaining, but entertaining
He's so passionate.
explanation that is incredibly accurate on the origin of a hot toddy.
And the wars fought over it.
Yep. You.
Plays it broad piece to like a fight.
What's that?
I don't know. Just
I think it's safe to say that it's nothing but excitement here down at the Grove. So if you're in the area, hashtag stop on by and come see my new friends. And she's going to just close the stream real quick.
You absolutely have people photobombing or like in the back, like throwing signs, and someone absolutely is like, "Seattle, you represent," because you're with a bunch of college kids in
Of
a bar.
course.
That
She's used to it.
While all this like is going on, like we're in the middle of like a pretty big crowd now, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and put feelers out, try and get some like local contacts. I'm trying like
talk to people.
yeah, so I'd be trying to like get my again my finger on the pulse.
Go
I
ahead
have
and
high
roll
contacts. It
rapport.
helps.
Roll rapport. You're not using existing contacts. You're trying to create.
Fair enough. I think I have okay rapport, or at least like average. Give me a second for it to load up. I have average.
You make some friends. No one extravagant at the moment, but you do make some friends. A plus, you're in college. That's
Good. I need friends. Because more friendship is the only way to survive in this world.
Go ahead and everyone roll me an alertness difficulty 6.
I don't even think I'll
I'm pretty
make
sure
that.
I literally
Yeah, no, I won't even make that.
I don't think any of us took alertness.
I have a -2.
You have a -2? How?
No, I rolled a -2.
Oh, okay. That makes.
I have a
Hey,
-2.
-1. I got better than you.
Alertness is one of the skills.
Yes.
If you have it.
If you don't have it, it starts at 0.
It's 0.
All right.
So, I have a question.
Yes.
If you have a 0 in a skill, but you roll a 4,
It's a 4.
it's a 4. It's just straight 4.
But you can use fate points to add.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you can spend a fate
Or if
point.
you have an aspect that
You can use an aspect, but usually you're using the fate point to help spell the aspect.
Fair.
But you can, I think, use a fate point to add like a +2 to an existing roll. You can use a fate
They
point
do.
Okay. So, you guys get some time with the story about the hot toddy. You guys get plenty of time to spend drinks, eat, have fun, and then it is roughly time to start heading back to your dorm. Your dorms have like, I think generally it's like an 11 to 1 a.m. curfew type thing.
Do I ever get like the shivers down the spine or hairs on the nape of the neck or anything?
No.
Okay. Well, I think it's time we start to head back, but
Please tell me how each of you are getting back.
I believe Justin offered to drive us. He mentioned
How much has Justin drank?
Justin, how many people did you offer to drive?
I offered the girls the ride home. And I have
make my
one blistering idiot, so it's
Justin, Maeve, and Alexandra are getting home. Richard, are you walking because of your concern?
I'm walking because I am still convinced if I enter a vehicle, it will come alive and try to eat me.
Okay. Derek, how are you getting home?
is it all right if Derek here comes along? I feel like he might be important in the next 15 minutes.
We're drinking for a couple of hours. I'm fine with giving another friend a ride home.
Appreciate it. I'm also in the dorms too, so.
I guess we'll catch my roommate some other time then.
Yeah, I guess see you around, Rich.
So.
Hey, were any of my drinks spiked? Now that occurs to me.
No. Derek,
Since
add another fate point.
Fate point at how bad it's going to be.
You have another vision. It makes you nauseous. This is your second vision in the same day.
Derek's going to try to grab onto the bar to hold on.
This is
can
while
use
you
flex
guys
to try and like catch him.
This is while you guys are walking to the van when
Can I try to hold him up with a mic check?
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he don't fall.
So you can roll a might check. I'd say if you're trying not to vomit, it's probably an endurance.
Okay, here's the endurance.
I still hear during start. I would like walk to them part ways.
That's up to you. Are you walking them to the van and then parting ways, or are you leaving before?
Yeah, because I'm still a little worried about her.
So
You
Brian,
fall, sir.
Your new companion, Dougler, you managed to keep it in your mouth.
Okay.
How much did
What
you
do I
have to
see?
drink?
Moth gets home safe.
That's what I see?
Yep. You changed her fate.
I feel like I feel like I'm gonna lean down, put a hand on his back, and just in a low voice, like, like, and just kind of say, "What did you see?"
You get home safe.
Oh my goodness, what a revelation.
It's muttered, so it's not quite loud. But you are a vampire, so you might be able to hear it either way.
I'm incredibly nosy.
Or,
do I hear?
How quiet are you trying to be? Are you concerned about this group?
I'm not concerned about Mauve. I don't know if the others are really in the know, though.
So you can roll me an alertness with a difficulty of 1 because he is actively whispering, unless you would like to roll higher, in which case you can roll a presence, rapport, or stealth to basically whisper.
I will take a presence.
Okay, so you will roll first, then they will roll, and their difficulty will be whatever you get.
Can you guys beat a 6?
Nope.
Are we near the street that this was supposed to happen?
You're in the parking lot, and the grove is on the corner of that. So,
looking, if I kind of stand up and look around, would I be able to see anyone being suspicious?
can roll me a investigation or alert.
And would the site help, or would that be?
It could help, but it also could be very, very dangerous. You know, this is a supernatural place where people who are supernatural hang out.
Okay, so I'll just do a regular roll then.
So it depends. You're in a situation where this could all be a mundane attacker. You guys are getting a defense because you're not mundane. So the question is, are you going to use a site that might not even tell you anything if he's just a normal person to be attacking? Or she's a normal, whoever's attacking.
Oh, any of this. So I don't think investigation is something I could do.
I'm not looking any deeper into it because I was told that it was averted.
2.
So you do not get high enough.
I wonder if that means anyone else is going to get hurt. You didn't have any other...
Nope, the only ones have been about you.
Oh, that's a good way to make an impression on a girl who's been drinking.
Fine, I'll come with you. Thinking about it. Being the one person in the group wandering by themselves.
Yeah,
Seems
you're the
slightly
one
more
likely to be
to.
abducted.
Well, that'd be
Yeah, that
hilarious.
So with that illness, I will say Richard actually is not the one that attacked. Gets home fine. And the detour with the illness, I assume after that's cleared up, you guys get back in the car and head to the dorm.
Yep.
Sorry.
On the way, can I be looking out the window for anything that looks like the car that I might have saw? Because I know it wasn't the clearest, but might get lucky.
You can. So you can roll me a, we'll say alertness for that.
That's a -2. I don't think it's worth spending fate points.
Nope. You do not notice that car. Girls get dropped off first, since boys are all in the same dorm building or side of it. Girls, you get in safely. Justin, I assume you head to your room, and Derek, you head to yours?
Yep.
I'm good with that.
All right. Derek, roll me an alertness.
That is a 2. Is that enough, or should I try tagging a aspect?
That's up to you. What aspect would you like to tag?
I think in this case, maybe follow your heart and get like a little.
Keep in mind, you are also in a situation where you've just had 2 visions. You don't necessarily have to use those aspects. You could also say I'm paranoid.
Yeah, I'm paranoid. That sounds good.
Okay. So that would give you a +1. So that gives you a total.
3 then.
That is probably just barely not enough. So, someone tries to slip a bag over your head, and this causes you to have a 3rd vision, which is incredibly uncomfortable. You get another fate. This is right outside your dorm room, and your vision is of the vague shape of an angel fending off a misshapen humanoid.
Fucking ghouls.
And that's where we'll end the session today.
Woo.
All right.
Wonderful. What closeout stuff do we need from game side for this? Is there?
So from the game side, there's a couple things you guys are allowed to do. You can actually, at the end of a session like this, if you have refresh points and want to purchase something with those refresh points, and this is refresh, not fate. So, for example, I believe Mauve has 3 refresh. So, no, not you. That wasn't. Who did I say?
Yeah.
So, for example, Chris's character has 2 refresh. So, if he wanted to purchase something that is a 1 refresh point, like a stunt, he can actually purchase that at the end of this session. Dougler has 3 refresh. He could purchase something that's 2 refresh. So, if he wanted more powers or something, he could spend 2 refresh to get a new power. You can also actually at this point switch up your skills. So if you want your alertness to be higher, and let's say your discipline is a great and your alertness is 0, and you're realizing, hey, I'm using alertness a lot, maybe I need to lower discipline down to a 2, and then that lets me raise alertness up 1 or whatever. This is the time when you kind of get to move your skills around. And things like that.
Would
Can we remove a one to change it
Can you
for a
remove
different
what?
one skill? Let's say,
And then add a different skill?
for example,
Yeah, you can move your skills around as however you want, as long as you maintain the pyramid. Basically, the mentality is, let's say you had a scholarship that's a level 3, a great, and all of a sudden, or I'm sorry, a good, and all of a sudden you want to decide to make that a 0. The mentality is you just stop studying as much. So, like, it's just a switch in how your character is moving forward and assessing things. So you're changing your skills based off the method your character is moving.
what do we how do we earn, or how do we earn refresh if we earn it at all?
So we earn refresh at the end of either a scene, which is like the equivalent of like a scene in a play, or at the end. I think the way that we said we were going to do it was you get skills, like additional skill points, at the end of scenes, and then at the end of a season, for lack of a better term, you would get a new refresh. So, for example, we were talking about treating this kind of episodically. So if this is your monster of the week, if you make progress in the monster of the week, you get a skill point. If you defeat the monster of the week, you get the refresh.
Gotcha. So we don't get anything today because we didn't progress anything.
So right now, what you've earned is throughout the game, you know, some of you guys got fate points because it was specifically tied to your aspects. You get to keep those fate points for the next session. So you have, for example, you got an extra fate point. So you have your refresh plus the fate point you already have. So you stay at the same.
Okay.
Duger earned 3, and he had 3, so next session he gets 6. the rest of you stay at the refresh point. If you drop below refresh, you go up to refresh at the next game session.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that's how it works.
Yeah.
I thought it was like end of each scene, you get your refresh added to your total current. But no.
So the refresh just kind of makes sure that you don't end up at 0.
Okay.
Because realistically, you should always be given opportunities, or you can request opportunities. For this specific scenario, Mauve and you both had the opportunity to get fate points. The goal is to make sure that Justin, Richard, and Alex also get that.
Yeah.
For example,
Because
there
you-
was one point where I had Justin roll to see if he recognized something. If he had recognized something, it would have triggered an aspect and he would have gotten a fate.
Okay.
So we got no refresh this time.
Right, you stay at the same refresh.
Okay.
So at this point, you know, I've had you use alertness a lot. I've had you use lore a lot. So like if you felt like moving forward those are going to be more important to your character, you would have the ability now to switch skills around.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop guns and just go with alertness.
That's fine. And you know,
Give my gun.
you get to do this at the end of each session. So like if you see at the start of a monster of the week scenario, if you see like, okay, this monster seems to be more stealth oriented, or this monster seems to be more strength oriented, I'm going to have my character start working out more for the next week. That can reflect me raising my might or whatever. So like you can also make small adjustments to your skills layout to assess and adjust for the perceived next step in your situation.
Got it. Okay. Alrighty. Is there anything else for us before the closeout?
Not that I can think of. If you guys have any questions, you can always message me on Discord. And like I said, I'll try and get a write-up for the Glen so that you guys have a better understanding of what everything is.
Alrighty, then let me wrap up here for the stream. Thank you everybody who stopped by to watch the first episode of Faded Seattle Files. Remember that we have the wonderful sponsor from HelloFresh. The code is POG, P-O-G, HelloFresh, HF, and then a bunch of numbers that just faded away before I could read it. It's okay. It's been up on stream all night. It's also in the chat. There it is. 1281.0. You can use it for 70% off on your first box, and that is a very, very, very significant discount on these wonderful packages. So do consider at least trying one. It helps us out for the channel and all that other good stuff. We will be back on Wednesday for Things from the Flood, where you can see three of us. Shay is running, Dougler and I are playing, and we have some other fun people who are there. Y'all have a great night. Thank you for running the game for us. It was fantastic, a great start, and I think we all appreciate you running this game for us.
Thank you.
Very fun start.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry if it was a little slow. It's a lot of learning.
first episode's all.
And,
It's all good.
Honestly, a lot of learning is
Sorry
good for
for-
us now.
It progressed fast enough that
sorry for all the
roboting.
We can hear you now. That's what's
Yeah,
important.
would have been better certain other times.
Yeah. All right.
Next week, I'm going to try a desktop setup. It might be better. It might not. No promises.
Well,
Realistically, just a hard wire should help.
yeah, hard landline will solve all that problems. But this is where we're going to close out the stream. So have a great night, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.